Gentleman yields back. Now recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. LaMalfa, for 5 minutes.
Thanks for joining us, Madam Secretary. Appreciate you being here, and we've got a lot to do.
Yes.
As you know, we have very large and destructive wildfires all over the West, especially in my districts in California. The Paradise Fire, the Dixie Fire, 1 million acres, it's on and on. So we know the overgrowth of fuel and declining forest health due to the overcrowding of the tree population is a big part of that. So where's the overgrowth of fuel come from? Lack of management. What we also have as an issue is unkept roads on federal lands make it basically where you can't even enter, whether private lands or Forest Service roads. We have the problem with these blocked roads. One of the areas I'd highlight or low light is the Mendocino National Forest in Northern California. In the last couple decades, 97% of that unit has burned. Think about that moment. 97% of a given forest has burned in a not that long period of time. So what the issue is they're not maintaining their roads. So therefore, private parties can't get on their land. Forest Service, if they decide they're going to do any work, can't get on the land. And they'll tell us that, well, we don't have enough money in the pot to maintain the roads. But they have the money in the rest of the pots to do other things that they can't do. So maybe they need to move the money from the other pot to getting the roads fixed first so we could even enter the lands. So that's some of the frustration there.
Yes, sir.
Last Congress, we were told in a field hearing that by the Forest Service, we have more money than we've ever had, I think, after some of the spending programs under the Biden administration. Yet in the same sense, say we need more money in order to process a particular sale that is being talked about. So do we have any idea where the money is going to be spent and overall to do catastrophic fire prevention in Forest Service? Do you see much happening there?
Well, 100%. And I was in the Oval Office yesterday with the president talking about this very issue. You'll see something else coming out tomorrow from the White House on this very issue. We are 96% full on our hiring for the fire season, which again is ahead of where Biden was a year ago. So if there's a narrative that, you know, we're not fully funding, it couldn't be more wrong. We already have an 8% plus timber increase in production with a goal of getting to 4 billion acre feet over the next few years, which will solve for so much of this. So this president is I'm very encouraged by his interest in this, and I think we're going to be able to really make some real progress for the first time in 30 years.
Thanks so much. We really, really need it because we're way behind on 193 million acres that Forest Service has into their purview, and that some of these units are proud of a few loads of firewood, not the amount of board food you need to be moving. Let me talk about specialty crops real quick here too. California, we have lots of almonds, walnuts, prunes, peaches. Many things that are grown in California aren't grown anywhere else in the U.S. Or in any significant number. So I'm really pleased that the market assistant for specialty crops, that you're boosting that significantly, which means a lot for helping move these products, since if we don't grow them in California, we're probably going to have to import them somewhere.
That's right.
So how's the timeline going for the continued rollout of the MASC program?
We are moving very, very quickly. Of course, everything is under review in partnership with the White House, and so we're currently in review phase, but hopefully very soon that second tranche will begin to move, understanding how important this is, especially for the smaller farms, which really reflect the specialty crop industry.
Well, I'm excited for that tranche. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
One final question, thought here. On the north coast, just above the Bay Area, there's this Point Reyes Seashore National Park. I'm pretty sure you're aware of what's going on there. We've had long-time, 5 or 6 generation farmers and ranchers there that were approached in about 1960 because the government wanted their land to form a park. They finally struck a deal that hey, we'll sell, after a lot of browbeating and threat of eminent domain. They said, okay, we'll sell you the land, but we would like to lease it back and farm it and ranch it for dairies, beef, and like that. And these are organic growers. These are very responsible growers that are taking care of that land. They've been, over the decades, worn down and finally are being kicked off the land unless folks in the administration can help prevent this from happening. And so I beg you, and working with Secretary Burgum on that, to help preserve these dairies and beef operations, because they actually maintain the land. I've seen talk where that the Park Service, as soon as they've accomplished kicking them off, they're going to have to hire somebody to graze the land like their own manager to graze it anyway. Makes no sense. So we have, them drifting out by lawsuit after lawsuit.
Yes, sir.
Because they have to get NEPAs and things. They used to get 20-year leases from the Park Service. The Park Service has got giant issues there. Not completely your bailiwick, but I know you want to support. Thank you for helping with that and for helping make sure agriculture can thrive as these responsible folks are doing.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, just let me say, I have just become very aware of this issue in the last month and am very focused on it. I had a briefing on it yesterday. I would love to talk to you maybe tomorrow and get a full download, as I'd like to get out to California very soon and go meet with them.
Thanks so much. We'd love to have you out.
Yes, sir. Thank
That
you.
Gentleman's time has expired.